get another acceleration here because we can. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we're going to be going over a 2022 Kia Stinger GT with the Scorpion package. First and foremost though, a huge shout out and thank you to the Jerry Steiner Kia here in South Salt Lake for giving me some time with the Stinger. Check out their inventory in the link below. Let's get into the video. So under the hood, we have a twin-turbo 3.3-liter V6 that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 17 around town, and then 24 on the highway, with power outputs being 368 horsepower and then 376 pound-feet of torque. Now let's go over the front end of the Scorpion. So first off, notice that we've got some nice silver trim right here on either side. Kind of has more of like a brushed appearance to it on top of the accent pieces. We've got Kia's new logo, and then coming down below we've got the LED accent lights with the projector bulbs. I love the turn signal just down below. Got another accent piece right there. Parking sensors are integrated in the front, and then you guys can kind of see the coloration on that trim around the grille. Looks really good, but overall, just like any other Stinger, still looks great, still looks aggressive. And then you guys can also see there in the center of the grille with the camera and then also the sensor that's been integrated where it kind of all matches and blends in. Now coming on the side, we've got two 25mm tires wrapped around 19-inch wheels in the front, and then two 55mm tires wrapped around 19-inch wheels in the back. Now notice that the wheels themselves have been blacked out, which looks fantastic with this car. The fact that we've got the red Brembo brake calipers also adds to it, and yes, we've got Brembo brakes in the front and over in the rear as well. And you guys can see, again, the red really pops with this particular car because it's pretty much all blacked out. Notice that the accent piece here on the side, again, that's been blacked out. The mirror is body colored to match everything, the door handles as well. And then you guys can see the brake caliper and rotor here in the rear. Not as big as what you got in the front, but it still looks great. And yeah, let's head to the rear. Let's talk about the wing. So here's our key fob. We've got the Kia logo with the remote start function right here. We've got our lock, unlock, and then the release for the hatch, which you just have to press that and that'll pop right open. So here's the rear hatch area. We've got the cargo cover here at the top, and then underneath we've got a bunch of storage, and then you guys can see under there as well. And yeah, other than that, I mean, the Stinger's a hatchback and it's got good storage space, and so we're gonna press this button right here and it'll lower it down for us, which is really nice because closing hatchbacks is kind of annoying. Now let's go over the rear end, which is my favorite part on this Scorpion package. So we've got the spoiler, which looks absolutely fantastic. As soon as I saw this from a distance, I was like, this car is special. We've got our GT all-wheel drive badge, blacked out exhaust tips. So notice that that kind of matches with the overall theme of this car. You can see the diffuser just down below, and then the accent piece off to the side. Parking sensors all integrated. But yeah, I mean, it looks great from the back end perspective. The Stinger already looks really good from the back end, but this just adds a level of aggression to it. Now here's the door panel in the rear. Notice we got really nice leather trim here with a ton of stitching all throughout, and then down below where you're gonna rest your arm. And then I love the look of the speakers there for the sound system. Heated seat controls here on the door panel. And then here's the seat in the rear, so you can see you've got really nice leather, perforated leather all down the center. Really cool design with the stitching. And then we've got some vents here for the rear passengers. We've got some charging ports, all that fun stuff. I popped in the back of a bunch of Stingers. I fit back there great, 6 foot tall, and see ya. Now here's the door panel at the front. So again, we've got that really nice leather all over. You've got your window controls, your mirror adjustments, memory seats. Again, look how cool this speaker for the sound system looks. And then notice we've got carbon fiber trim. It's kind of hard to see because of the lighting, but you got carbon fiber trim. That's also part of the Scorpion package. And then you guys can see the seats here at the front. And then the power adjustments on the seats. You can see the pedals. We've got our Stinger floor mat, and then even the dead pedals, nice material-wise. Got our lane keep assist, the gas cap, the release for the hatch. The steering wheel is automatically adjustable, and there's where we'll look before we pop in. So here's our steering wheel in the Scorpion. We've got really nice soft touch leather at the top and at the bottom with the GT logo. Perforated leather here on the side where you're actually going to grab it. This does come with the adaptive cruise control and the steering assistance. It's got blind spot monitoring. It has all of the normal safety tech that you'd expect from Kia at this point. We've got our voice commands right there. We've got the paddle shifters on the back for that 8-speed automatic. We've got our turn signal / light stock, windshield wiper stock on the other side, and that's the steering wheel. Now here's the center gauge cluster. We've got the RPMs on the left side, we've got the speed over on the right side, and then we have that center screen that you can scroll through a couple of different menus with that pages button that you guys saw earlier on the steering wheel. Now we do have some different drive modes that we can go through. So notice that we've got at the top, we've got our smart rather, eco, comfort, sport, which actually tightens the bolsters around you, which is pretty cool. And then we have our custom mode, which you can actually customize, hence the name custom. But yeah, those are the different drive modes. Now here's the center infotainment system. First off, you guys can see response time on the screen is fantastic, and that's something that Kia is just really good at. Aside from that, pretty simple. It's got navigation, it's got the sounds of nature, which is really important. You can do all your music, Bluetooth, all that fun stuff. Camera on it's great as well. You've got trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel, bird's eye view, and then you can change the camera view if you want. You've got the view at the side, and then there is a camera button that you can press as well, and then that'll kind of just pull that up. And notice that you can actually zoom in if you want with that, or you can zoom out. Not super far, not super close, but good overall. And yeah, that's the infotainment system. That's the camera system. Notice we've got leather and stitching on the dash. Down below, got the circular vents that I absolutely love the look of. And then notice all the controls down here are actually really nice material wise for the infotainment system. Climate controls down below. We've got a dual zone climate. Notice we got more carbon fiber trim. This covers the wireless phone charger and then the USBs, all of that. And then the carbon fiber trim continues into the center portion. We do have the shifter here, which I really like the actuation on it because it's just super simple and easy to use. And then just P for park. But yeah, it just feels nice, and the trim on it's nice as well. We've got the parking brake right here, the drive mode, select auto hold, and then the stability control. We have the heated and cooled seats. We've got the heated steering wheel, parking sensors, that's for the camera, and then to turn off the auto stop start. And notice the carbon fiber, it literally continues all the way down here to the center console area, which has nice leather on it. And then we've got the glove box as well. And then you guys can see the carbon fiber right there kind of goes in. It doesn't actually happen on the dash at all, but at least like the line continues there on the side. And then we can see that we've got just a regular sunroof. It is automated though for the sunshade. Like it's small enough that it would just normally have a manual one for most cars that have one this size, but this one's automated, which is cool, right? Definitely a nice luxury feature. But yeah, that's all for the top. Here's our window sticker for this GT2 with the Scorpion package. You guys can see the standard equipment right here. So if you want to read everything, just feel free to freeze the frame. And then you guys can see what this one has as part of that GT2 package, because this one's like fully decked out. And then you guys can see what comes with the Scorpion package, which it's actually pretty inexpensive, $12.95, which I know that sounds like a lot of money, but at the same time, it's a special edition. They're only building like, what, 250 of these? And so I think that's pretty inexpensive to get a special edition. And then you guys can see the total MSRP there, $56,510. Let's take her out and see how she drives. Let's go over visibility before we set off. So there's your visibility over the hood, and notice we do have the heads-up display. Both the mirrors, we do have blind spot monitoring. And then throughout the rest of the rear, and also it says GT on the seat. I didn't notice that earlier. But anyways, let's set off. Setting off here in the Stinger Scorpion package, and I have wanted to drive one of these for quite some time as soon as that was released. It also has a turn signal camera. Forgot about that. Haven't driven one of these Stingers in a minute, and so I forgot about that feature, which super important from a safety tech standpoint. And that's going to give another point, because this is going to be the first video I'm going to give a car a rating. I'm going to start this on the channel now, where I'm going to rate all of the cars that I review, and so that actually improves the rating slightly. But aside from that, initially getting up and moving, just like all the other Stingers, ride quality is still pretty smooth. I do feel like this is definitely, obviously the Scorpion package is tuned more towards the sporty sides, and you can definitely feel that this is tuned more towards the sporty side. Like the suspension feels a little bit firmer compared to a regular Stinger, but it's still comfortable. Like this is still like a very nice, comfortable luxury car. Let me make sure I'm in the right. Yeah, so I'm in the comfort setting. Yeah, it's still great. Like as a daily driver, this would do great. Like no complaints from a ride quality perspective. And something else that I want to mention is I love the feeling of the steering wheel. So there's kind of these little grooves right here that you can kind of just fit your fingers on, and so you can just get some, like, a pretty good grip on it actually. And the perforated leather does help a little bit as well, just kind of like holding your hands into place, and so it's just really good. But it's a comfortable steering wheel to hold. It's not too skinny to where it doesn't feel good, but then it's not too fat to where it's like you can't really get your fingers all the way around it. So it's kind of like the best of both. See what this Scorpion package is all about. Goodness, this is quick. I forgot how quick the Stinger is. I haven't driven one of these in a while, and yeah, they're just like, with this 3.3 liter V6, it's crazy. Like, it just keeps going too. That's the crazy part. But with that 8-speed automatic, and again with the turbocharged 3.3 liter turbocharged engine, it does fantastic. It doesn't feel any quicker than a regular Stinger, and that's kind of not what this package is about. This package is kind of about adding a level of aggression to the car, and I feel like they've done that. The driving experience doesn't really feel all that different compared to a standard Stinger though. So it's kind of more about having a limited edition car that's all blacked out, that looks a little bit cooler compared to a regular Stinger, but you're not necessarily getting any extra performance compared to what you get with a regular GT2. And so, yeah, that'll get me to summing things up here with this Scorpion package, and then we'll give the car a rating at the end. So first off, from an exterior aesthetics perspective, I think it's a really good looking car. I like the spoiler. I know some of you that are a little bit more on the conservative side won't like it, and we'll get another acceleration here because we can. It gets such good grip with that all-wheel drive too, because it rained today. You guys see the roads are wet, and it's just gripping. And it's like, it's cold outside today. It's like 40 degrees. So like 40 degrees, oh, 50 now. Sorry, 50 degrees now with rain, and it's gripping fantastically. But looks great. I like the spoiler. Interior-wise, feels like a nice upscale luxury vehicle. The only thing that I can really kind of knock this for is the steering wheel doesn't have like leather stitching on the airbag cover. That would kind of take it to the next level, and I don't feel like that's too expensive for them to do. But all the controls feel great, touch points feel great, so they've done a really good job with the interior overall. And then the other thing, I guess, is the sunroof. I think it should have a panoramic sunroof. I mean, a freaking Kia K5 that's $20,000 less than this has a panoramic sunroof, so I think that's another little slight oversight with the Stinger. And from a driving perspective, it drives just like a GT2 Stinger normally drives. It's comfortable, but then it's also extremely fast, and it's fun, and it's exciting. And so, yeah, great from a performance standpoint. And then as for the rating, I'm going to mention this in all of the videos, because most of you that watch my videos pretty much aren't subscribed, and you're just watching to see if you want to buy this car. How I'm going to rate these cars is not based on this car compared to other cars that don't compete with it. So I'm not going to say, oh, hey, I'm going to compare this car to the Lamborghini that I reviewed last week. That Lamborghini had a crazy acceleration, and this one isn't as fast. No. So what I'm going to do is like what this car is, like the segment that this car is in, and you know, the type of value this car is, all that kind of stuff. So within this segment, the value you're getting for the money, the performance, the interior, everything being told, I'm gonna rate this at a 9 out of 10. Now, the reason I'm doing a 9 out of 10 and not a full 10 out of 10 is, you know, just with the airbag cover, right? I wish there was leather on it. I wish there was a panoramic sunroof. So a little slight downside there. And then it doesn't have any extra performance over a regular Stinger. And so like the regular Stinger would technically be a little bit of a better value because it's a little bit less money, and you're getting the same performance. So that's why it gets that rating. But I mean, it's almost perfect. And so far, it's the best rating we have. It's the only rating, but it's the best one, okay, guys? And let's go sum things up for our video on this Stinger GT2 with the Scorpion package. Again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Kia here in South Salt Lake for giving me some time with this Stinger. Check out their inventory link below. I'll see all of you in the next video.